Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Clipper. This is Kitten. And today we're going to be talking a little basketball with you as after almost a year-long missing of college postseason basketball. As we all know, last year COVID hit and it took basketball, the college version, with it. Tonight, conference tournament action begins in the NAIA, and that is the purpose of this video. I'm a proud graduate of Lloyd College, class of 2006. Tonight, the men's and women's teams open up the River States Conference Tournament. The women play at Rio Grande, while the men will be playing in Brescia. At 5 p.m., both teams will play. We're going to hope to be watching the Eagles play their home game. We would have been at the game, but due to COVID, we're just setting this season out. Next season, we do hope to get back to the arenas to watch as many games as we possibly can. Going into tonight's game, Lloyd has a record of 15-5, while Brescia comes in at a record of 3-11. Both teams had some COVID/snow related issues where they lost some games due to cancellations. So, having said that, Lloyd and Brescia have actually played twice this year, including this past Saturday. Lloyd has won both games. It is hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. Having said that, with the home court edge and such, I look for Lloyd to win the game, but I'm going to say they're going to win between 8. The margin will be between 8 to 12 points tonight. That's just my fearless prediction. We'll check back in with you after the game, and we'll find out if I was right or wrong.
My prediction is Lloyd's going to win because Lloyd has Philpott.
Will Philpott, the Cadillac, they call him. Going to drive the Eagles to hopefully a hopeful victory tonight, and then continue driving the team to a River States Conference Championship, and then on to the NAIA National Tournament, a place Lloyd looking to get for the first time since 1996. The journey begins tonight. We're at halftime of the men's game. Lloyd leads Brescia 43-31. Very good first half for Lloyd, though they got off to a slow start as Brescia scored the first 6 points of the game. I think sometimes whenever you start postseason play, the nerves are a little bit more prevalent than they would be in of course, a regular season game. But Lloyd got their legs under them, got their bearings, and kind of imposed their will, so to speak, on the Bearcats of Brescia. Bryce Sloan has 9 points. Tonight, he had been in a shooting slump over his last 3 or 4 games, so it's good to see him back out of that slump, and it's paid dividends as he's got 9 points, and Lloyd's up 12 at the half. And in the Lady Eagles game, they currently trail Rio Grande 38-33 at the half in Rio, but hopefully they can come back out in the second half and dominate that, and hopefully in the second half, Lloyd can keep doing what they're doing and avoid a Brescia run and put them away as quickly as possible.
And you didn't talk too about how they might have been nervous too because they just played them yesterday?
Yeah, well, they just played Brescia Saturday. Sometimes you play a team 3 times in a season, you get to know each other pretty quickly, and especially when that second game is like less than 48 hours from your conference tournament tip-off. So, Brescia scouted Lloyd well and such, but again, credit to the coaching staff and credit to the Eagles for not getting rattled to the point where they were trailing at the half. They, like I said, after that first 4 or 5 minutes or so, Lloyd started to play their game, and as we went to the half, they're up 12. Hopefully they can continue this and move on to take on Carlo Wednesday night. But, we'll see what happens.
We were also very nervous, and we thought we weren't going to get to watch basketball because something was wrong with the video.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view, something.
Yeah, something wrong with, I believe, the Wi-Fi in the Prairie Campus Center. Maybe, if anybody from Lloyd's watching, maybe have their own port for the voice of the Eagles, Jamie Hughes, to put the games on.
Yeah.
So us at home can watch without the technology freezing up and such like that. And that's nothing against Jamie or his staff or anything like that. It's just a problem with, like, the Wi-Fi. I mean, the more people you get into the gym for games, the more it's going to take the service and such. So we understand that, but at the same time, if you build a nice new facility like they have, you can afford to put maybe a separate internet port for the media there. Just a suggestion.
Well, also especially for during COVID times, and most people aren't going to games. Games are being limited how many people can go in, so we need something to where they need it like to where it's like a Wi-Fi just for the like. What do you call it?
Like a Wi-Fi for like media like only.
Yeah.
Like because that way, if you're broadcasting through Facebook Live, which he usually does, he's doing it through his cell phone and whatnot. You got to have good cell service first and foremost. If you don't, then it's going to make your broadcast choppy.
Everybody else is on their phones, then that takes away from your service.
It's true. So hopefully we'll get to watch the second half uninterrupted. Either way, we'll be back with our post-game wrap-up, and let's do it. Second half, Alice Lloyd Brescia. We'll also keep our eye on the Lady Eagles as they take on Rio Grande. I've got the webcast pulled up there. So, postseason basketball, it's back, and I couldn't be happier.
So,
Alice Lloyd won, but we didn't exactly get to watch it. Well, there's no we didn't exactly get to it all. We didn't get to watch it. The feed went down at halftime, and it never returned. I wound up getting on Twitter, which I don't have an account, by the way. I was just on Twitter because they do updated scores and whatnot. Followed along that way, and Alice Lloyd wound up winning 87-64.
Yay!
Which, as a game as an Alice Lloyd Eagles fan, would have been fun to watch.
That's Mugsy. He's excited too.
But for whatever reason, the technology did not cooperate. So, in any event, Alice Lloyd moves on to take on Carlow University out of Pennsylvania this coming Wednesday night. We'll try again to watch the feed. Let's hope that Carlow's had better internet feed or better streaming service. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. In women's basketball, the result was not good for the Lady Eagles. They fell to Rio Grande 91-81. The Lady Eagles will likely be awaiting their pairings in the NCCAA Mid-East region. Alice Lloyd has dual affiliation, meaning they are affiliated with the NAIA and the NCCAA. So whenever the NAIA season may not go the Eagles or Lady Eagles' way, they also have another organization that they can try to go for a national tournament in. And in fact, last year, both Alice Lloyd teams won their respective regions in the NCCAA, and we're all set to go up to, I believe it's Winona Lake, Indiana, for the national tournament, but COVID killed that. But the dreams are still alive for both teams as far as making runs in the postseason. But it was quite disappointing that we didn't get to watch that second half, because last year, we were so excited to follow along in March with all the basketball. Then we lost it suddenly. Tonight was supposed to be the big comeback. Again, the Eagles got a big win, but there is a lot of disappointment here because we didn't get to watch it. But, we'll try again, and we also made a decision tonight. We've been sitting out this season, due to COVID and such, but if Alice Lloyd gets another home game in the conference tournament, which the way they had to do it this year, they had to do it by blind draw because due to COVID and such, the conference schedule was just totally thrown out of whack. Some teams didn't get to play as many games and that sort of thing, so they just drew like names out of balls out of a bucket and done like a blind draw. If Alice Lloyd wins Wednesday on the road, they'll play again Saturday. There's a chance they may play at home. If they play at home on Saturday, Kitten and myself have decided we're going to go over for that game. Even if we have to continuously wash our hands, if we have to cover ourselves from head to toe, put a roll of Charmin all over me. I'll do whatever I can to watch the Eagles at this point. And so, yeah, that's all I have right now. Kitten, what was your opinions of the second half? That blank screen was sure entertaining to watch, wasn't it?
All of that darkness just hurt my eyes.
Oh, yeah. The Eagles shot lights out in the second half. That's what you've heard the phrase. They shot lights out. The lights were shot out so much you couldn't see it on the screen. So there you go.
Didn't see a thing.
Here's hoping the rest of the postseason we can actually watch. And 2021, the return from COVID from college basketball.